Influencing is not a role in which you can just go on the internet and apply online and automatically you just become an influencer. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. If you're new to my channel and you do not know who I am, my name is Phillip, or Gade for short. Make sure you guys like, comment and subscribe. Please hit that notification bell to stay notified whenever I upload a video. Today we are going to be talking about Molly-Mae. For those of you that do not know who Molly-Mae is, for my American subscribers, international subscribers, Molly-Mae is an ex-Love Islander contestant. She is notably the most successful Love Islander, female Love Islander to come off the show and excel into stardom, become a multi-millionaire and a all-round successful influencer. Just under a month ago, she did an interview / podcast with a guy named Stephen Bartlett, and she jumped on his YouTube channel called Diary of a CEO, where he brings different entrepreneurs and successful content creators and business owners onto his platform, where they discuss like their journey, their road to success and stardom. And obviously Molly-Mae was one of his guests. In this day and age, a lot of people watch that interview, one, because Molly-Mae has almost nearly 10 million followers, but also the modern world, everyone wants to be a content creator, everybody wants to be an influencer. Let's be real, who wouldn't want to be rich and famous from taking pictures or creating content, like doing what you love? Who wouldn't want to be rich and famous from that? So a lot of people did tune into it. In the beginning of the interview, Stephen did state that Molly-Mae doesn't do interviews. With that, I can completely understand why. When a lot of us say things, we are picked apart for the things that we say. Obviously, our audience or onlookers can be very critical, and it's just, who wants that wahala? Do you get what I mean? But I feel like in this day and age, where content creating it has become the norm and everybody is doing it, like when it comes to influencing, a lot of people want to find out who the person is behind the photos. Even as there are YouTubers that vlog their life, it's still content at the end of the day. It's not necessarily who they are. I hope you guys can understand what I mean by that. Like there's a limit to what they put out there. There's a limit to some of the things that they share. And also, most influencers don't necessarily tap into public issues. Most influencers don't raise awareness on things that might be going on outside of their own bubble. Like there's a lot to unpack. And right now she is trending because there was a line which was taken from the interview and put on Twitter, put on the blogs, and she basically says everybody has the same 24 hours in the day. And that comment is in reference to how hard she's worked into reaching where she is today, and also her basically exclaiming that she wasn't given anything, that she basically worked hard for it. Yes, influencing, you do have to work, you have to be creative, you have to step your game up to earn a good buck. A lot of it is very commission based. If you don't have management, you do have to outsource your own work, you do have to outsource your own gigs and sources of income. If you're not privileged enough to have like a YouTube channel where you can create content and revenue just keeps going and going, Instagram, you do have to be creative and almost change your platform into like an ad campaign. And I feel like undeniably anybody that has a platform like this that gains 5,000 plus views consistently on their platform, you automatically have a privilege. Now, there's no denying that. In Molly-Mae's case, what I feel like is missed is that as much as you built the following that you have to then be noticed on Love Island, I feel like she missed the fact that a lot of the gigs that she gained, they came to you. Now, I want to briefly talk about Love Island. Love Island is already a biased platform. There's already an unconscious bias when it comes to the Love Island platform. If you guys watch my previous videos where I've discussed Love Island, I've said that None of the black cast members have reached 1 million followers. None of the black cast members are treated fairly on the platform. Blonde hair, blue eyes is singed and praised upon like it's Haribo's in a sweet factory. Like, there's already that bias that us black people face when going on that platform. From reading some of the tweets, I did see that it said that you were scouted for Love Island. That in itself already is a privilege. Somebody that is 18, 19-year-old scouted for a TV show that propels you into stardom almost automatically, and then also the show is scripted in the sense where if you are likable, they will push you to the forefront, or if they see that your name is trending more than others, they will push your name to the forefront of the show. And I feel like, yes, it's very difficult to say all that you want to say in a hour-long interview podcast, but I feel like there's just certain things that was missed out, and it makes it come across like she's very snobby. I don't want to say that she's very snobby, but it makes it come across like she's very snobby. Now, there has been a rise of podcasts, and people want to know who the person is behind the photo. In any career, when you reach that mark of celebrity status and having security and stuff like that, your fans want to know more about you. And I feel like this interview, as much as there was an emphasis of her being hardworking, I feel like a lot of it was focused on money. As much as I might earn, as much as I might have the privilege to be able to create content, earn revenue, earn money, buy all the things that I like, it doesn't stop me from realizing how privileged I am. Back to the 24 hours in a day comment. With that comment, it's very vague and very surface level. Yes, there are 24 hours in a day, but for some people, some of those hours are spent catering to their younger siblings because their parents are absent or are drug abusers. There are people that suffer from mental health. For many years, we played off mental health like some fiction story. Mental health does play a big part in our day-to-day lives, in us getting up in the morning, staying motivated, trying to follow our dreams or reach our dreams. There are people that are disabled, that physically don't have the advantage that you have, that are not considered the beauty standard to be able to jump into content creating and being self-employed. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was an Instagram page created for people of color and black people especially to raise awareness for the huge margin in earnings in which a white content creator and influencer gets paid in comparison to a black content creator. And if you guys have seen that page and saw how much people were getting paid, you would be shocked. You would be shocked that there are white content creators with smaller platforms, less engagement, getting paid triple the times of black content creators with more following and more engagement. And it just annoys me that things like this go over people's head. As I said in my previous video, if you guys watched my El Derby video, I said that when it comes to being an influencer and being a content creator, and a lot of your content is solely around you, your image, your body, there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like you need to be a lot more self-aware than others. I feel like with content creating, you do build a narcissistic persona in which everybody is bigging you up, everybody is gloating you up and cheering you on. Everybody is admiring you to the point where you dismiss and forget about what is going on the outside world. And that's what's frustrating. I also was watching a vlog of somebody's, and I read a comment and it said something like, it's so important to be mindful of the people that you are subscribed to, be mindful of the people that you admire and watch. Some people are really impressionable and a lot of people are very naive. If you don't do your own research and look into life and what is going on in the real world, you will be wrapped up in the delusion that some of these content creators fall into and think life is that easy. Bro, this life ain't easy. It's not easy for none of us. A lot of influencers are very narcissistic and they're wrapped up in their own world. I can somewhat understand where she's coming from when she says there are 24 hours in a day and yes, you bust your ass off. However, influencing in itself, having a YouTube channel in itself, being put in bubbles and spaces, being attached to certain names, there are levels of privilege that we all have. Ultimately, race will always be one of them. As much as people might not want to talk about it, and as much as it might be a techie subject, I feel like people don't talk about race and institutionalized racism enough. No, we don't want a pity party. No, people of color don't want a pity party. No one wants that, but we just want people to be more aware. It's all about being aware. Nobody's asking you to put somebody else on. Nobody's asking you to, you don't have to give your platform to anybody. Influencing is not a role in which you can just go on the internet and apply online and automatically you just become an influencer. Influencing a lot of the time is sprung on some individuals and they just roll the punches. There's no training, there's no textbook, there's no kind of, there's no manuscript on how to do it. And why does nobody talk about that? A lot of influencers, it is sprung upon, and I feel like most influencers feel like people downplay their role or what they do, but that's far from the case. But the public just wants you guys to be more self-aware. In my El Derby video, I've read a comment and it says a lot of people hate influencers, and I know hate is a strong word, but it says that a lot of people hate influencers, and it's because a lot of the time you're not self-aware. I'm just gonna read out some tweets. One says, what about marginalized folk, disabled, mentally ill, homeless, gay? The system is built for already privileged people. Please, this hustle culture is dangerous. I do like Molly-Mae, but she has to be educated on the ignorance of her comments, regardless of her intentions. One says, I used to rate Molly-Mae, but she's so tone deaf, it's disgusting. She grew up with 2 police officer parents, LOL. Try telling this to someone who's disabled or whose parents chose drugs over them or didn't get even eat a meal every day unless they were at school. Also, PLT literally relies on exploiting cheap labor. If everyone girl boss as hard as Miss Molly-Mae, who does she expect to make the clothes she promotes? Sexuality is missed out. Race is missed out. Privilege is missed. Like these are prominent privileges that are completely missed out. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, we can all find great success in lanes in which we are boxed in, but there are some people that want to do things outside of their stereotype, outside of what the world labels them to be at, but they physically cannot do it and they systematically cannot do it. But I want you guys to comment down below and tell me what you guys think. That was all for this video. Make sure you guys like, comment and subscribe, and thank you for watching this video.